Hello everyone, welcome to ServiceNow Mastery Series. Today in this video, we are going to explore our new topic that is import sets. So basically what is import sets? We are going to look at each and every term in the import sets. So what is import set in ServiceNow? Basically, an import set is a tool which is used to import the data from the various sources such as Excel, CSV, JDBC, etc. into ServiceNow and then transform it into the target table like the incident table or the CMDB underscore CI. So, thinking that way, if you have the bulk records and if you have all of the bulk records to transport or to import into the service now from an external source, then how will you do it? You'll not do it one by one, right? What you can do is you will just choose the import sets of functionality in the service now because if you will do like by adding up the users, if you will do it manually, then it will take a lot of time and like it will also the chance to create the mistake. By using the import sets, you can edit, you can basically insert multiple or hundred of records into ServiceNow. This is the use of import sets in ServiceNow. Next, what are the main components of import sets? So import set is a very important topic when it comes to ServiceNow interview. So what are the main components of the import set is? So as you can see, to come on the import sets, we have clicked on our personal developer instance and we just click on the, we have right in the menu bar import sets. In the filter navigator, we have right import sets and all these things opens in front of us, load data, create transform map, run transform and all of these things, scheduled imports, transform map, execution context, all of these. So what are the main components of import set? Table, create table or the existing table, label, name, file, sheet number and header, row, all these things are the main components of the import sets. So in the import set, it is import set table, that is the tagging table. Next is the transform map, then field map, data source, and scheduled input. These are the main components of the import sets. We will look each and every component of import set one by one. First is the import set. It is clear, right? So, what is the import set tagging table? Import setters tagging table means you can see the import set table, right? When we click on the load data, then this window appears in front of you, and on the import set table, create table and the existing table. If we choose the existing table, then the import set table would be computer, employee, all these are the existing table. But when we click on the create table, then we have to provide a name of the table. So that is known as the import set table, or the name, alternative name is a tagging table. So the tagging table is that table which temporarily store the data values in it, and basically it store the data values temporarily. And it is used to hold the incoming data before it is transformed and moved into the target table. So it is store the data values temporarily, and it's not like this that it will get deleted after some time. No, basically when we erase the data from the tagging table, then only it will get erased, the data get erased. But the tagging table is a temporary table to hold the incoming data values from outside until the data has been inserted into the target table. So if I have to choose one data file, then I could name as, for example, I have some of the files to show you. So I have downloaded one CSV file, and that CSV file contains the data of the employees. So basically, what we have to do is we have an assignment. Uh, we have an assignment to import the employees into sys underscore user table. So the CSV is already created. I have created the CSV file which contains a name, email, phone, and department. Then we have to load it, and then we have to process it for further steps. So first I have downloaded that file, right? Full name, email, phone number, and the department. So what now I will do, I'll just put the label name. So, okay, I will use the name as user details. So as you can see, the name I have written down the label. The name appears on its own, and the tagging table names. This is the identity that the name starts with u underscore user details. So as you can see, it comes automatically. Then the source of the import, I have clicked on the file. If you clicked on the data source, then the data source which is already there, for example, CSV or the HTTP. If you have these kinds of the file from the data source, then you can choose these also. But now I have a file, so I will choose a file from my desktop, employee.csv, and I will upload that file. The main thing here comes as a sheet number and the header row. So sheet number and the header row, why it comes, if your my file currently is .csv type, but if your file is of the type Excel, so on which sheet number you want to import, that sheet number you have to mention. Like first sheet you don't want to import, second sheet you have the data such as the name, file name, or the all the details, all the column, so you can type it as a 2, because you want to import second sheet number. Next is the header row. Header row means for example, in the Excel we have first of the header, that is the name, then department, then phone number, email. So you want not that header row to get it imported, you want the second header row to get imported. So because the data starts from there, so you clicked on 2, right? And if your file is CSV, then you don't want to do any modification in the sheet number and the header row. Then at last you have to click on submit. When you click on submit, so the data has been loaded and it will show this result, that the progress name is the import processor, then state is complete, completion code is success, and it will also give you a message that is processed is 2, inserts is 2, update 0, errors 0. Like I have basically in the CSV file two of the values, two of the names to be imported. So it shows as a process is 2, inserts 2, update is 0, ignored, error is 0. Next step. Next step in the import set is what to do. What are the main components? Have you remember? I have told you what are the main components. First is to load the data, right, into the staging table. Next is a transform map. So the next important component is the transform map. What is the transform map? So the transform map define how the records from the import set table or the staging table map to the fields into the target table. It transforms the data as it is imported. Or in the simple terms, you can say the transform map will perform the functionality of pushing the data which is there in the staging table into the target table. Or you can say it will map the data from the staging table to the target table, right? So the transform map is very important. You have a very clear idea on the transform map, then it will be fine. Okay. Yeah. So the question also appears of what happens when we load data using import set. So what happens? First, the data is loaded using the imported set table or the stacking table, you can say. Then the transform map runs and pushes the data into the target table. Transform map perform this functionality, right? So next, what we have to do, we have to, for the onboarding of the new users, right, import the employees into the sys underscore user table. This is our assignment, right? We have to create the CSV. We have created the CSV name, email, phone number. We have created. We have already load the data. Next is to transform with the sys underscore user table, because we have to insert. We have the target table, that is sys underscore user. So another thing is, in the system import sets only, you have to click on create transform map. In this video, not only we will discuss all of the things and see the real world scenarios, we also practiced the questions which is asked in your interview. We'll click on the create transform map. Our transform map opens in front of us. So we have to first enter the name, that is name we have to enter. Then the source table we have to choose. The source table is the staging table. Import set table. So we have to choose the table name from this. So we'll choose user details, u underscore user underscore details. Then we have to take this checkbox of active run business rules. If you want to run the business rules, then you can take on this checkbox, otherwise not. Enforce the mandatory fields. If you have any of the mandatory fields which you have to import, then you can choose only map field or all fields, otherwise no. Then copy empty fields. Option is there, create new record. So yeah, copy empty fields means, check this to copy empty source fields and override exist. Create new record on the empty colas fields. So what is this? Create a new record when all the colas fields are empty. So the colas fields, I will colas field, I will tell you in some time. Application is there, created the target table. Source table is this, and the target table, what we have to mention as sys underscore user table, right? We have to add in the sys underscore user table. Yeah, and the order will be 200. I will mention, if you want to run the script, you can run the script as well. If not, then untick the checkbox and click on save. When I click on save and scroll it down, so you can see that in the related links, auto map matching fields, mapping assist, validate collage fields, and run point scan. All these we will discuss in our next video, that is in the import set part 2. So stay tuned with me to watch how to map the fields and what is the collage field to see in the next video. Till then, bye bye.